I don't even know if anyone's gonna be awake. It's so late, and it's Sunday. It's a holiday though, right? Oh, I'm cold. Brr, I'm cold. Brr, 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 brr. I need to wash my makeup brushes so bad. Oh my goodness, I'm running out of makeup brushes. I'm running out of makeup brushes. Running out of makeup brushes. I am. Man, I'm so tired. Hello. Say hello. Somebody say hello. I don't want to talk to myself this whole time. Please, I beg of you. Oh, well, in case anyone watches this as like a replay, I'm good, Ruby. How are you? In case anyone watches this as a replay, Kyle is now in the hospital. I wanted to like let y'all know because I know a lot of y'all were worried the last time that I was live. I know I posted on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Over on my TikTok, I've kind of been documenting Kyle's like whole journey and our whole journey with this C stuff. Not cancer, the other C. So he is in the hospital. He's been in the hospital since yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. His oxygen levels went down to 75. And he is being transferred to a hospital 3 hours south of us. He was in good spirits this morning. He is on high pressure oxygen, 5 milliliters. I don't know what any of that means. When I talked to him tonight, when he found out they were transferring him, he was not doing very well mentally. Trying really hard not to get emotional. So, and he is maintaining like breathing still with the oxygen. But if he is not laying down, like immobile, even with the oxygen, his oxygen levels are plummeting to like the low 80s. So, yeah, he did have a chest x-ray done. They have not told him the results of it yet. So I'm hoping once he gets to a better hospital that has like an actual wing, we can get some more answers about what is going on. So for anyone, like I said, that would watch the replay, that is the short version. I would say short and sweet, but none of it's sweet. Hi, Wendigo. Hi, Sunshine Babe. Thank you, Ruby. Yeah, well, Wendigo, my hardest thing for me right now, if I'm like talking really slow, it's because I don't want to cry on camera. I've cried so much. So first off, how am I holding up? Not very well. I mean, I'm trying to for the kids, because obviously they miss their dad and they know he's in the hospital, obviously, but I'm not going to freak them out either. But yeah, I think the hardest thing for me is that there were so many times that I was in the hospital and in ICU, and He was always there with me. And you can't be there with, like, they can't have anybody there with them. So I think that's, oh my gosh, YouTube. They just kicked me out of the stream but let me back in. I don't know. They did this to me the other night too. I don't know if it's a thing, like my tripod. I don't freaking know. Hopefully it's working again. I don't know. I know, Ruby, but I've like cried so much. And I'm on my period on top of it. So it's like a thing, like everything. I'm on my period. This is like the first big thing that's happened emotionally, which has been one of the hardest things since I've been off of, like, I've never dealt with something like this sober and not on like a maintenance medication, which I have not had any urge to like use or anything, but like, because Kyle would kick my ass. But it's just really scary. And like his mindset when I talked to him earlier just really worried me. But I'm blessed because his mom is an EMT. So even though she and I don't get along very often, like at all, she's been really amazing through everything so far. And his family like has been helping me out a lot. Like his brothers are amazing. But his brother came over today to get water for me for the house, and he's gonna come over tomorrow because I was gonna try to do it, but I guess Kyle called him and said she can't do it. Like her hand strength isn't strong enough. She's not gonna be able to do it. So he went and did that. And I actually took a shower today because I was in the same clothes for 3 days and didn't shower or anything. And I cleaned. So I'm trying to like keep busy and not get emotional. But every time I'm alone, I get emotional. Every single freaking time. Yeah, I know. It took me a lot of years to realize that crying isn't weak because I was brought up the complete opposite. Like, you don't cry in front of people. Crying is a sign of weakness. But then when I like had my kids and stuff, I wanted them to be able to express their emotions without being called a baby or, any of those things. And, so, I don't want them to think that. So why should I tell myself that, right? So it's not even so much about me thinking that it's like weak or anything. It's just like I don't want to be that person that's like crying on the internet. Ugh. And I know I shouldn't care what people say, but like, you know. And I'm an ugly crier. Like I'm a red face. Like look, my nose is already getting red. I'm a red face. Like, I'm a really ugly crier. I've got some old videos on my channel if you want to see me cry. I appreciate that, Wendigo. I will definitely check Twitter after. If I don't do it after the stream, I'll do it tomorrow. I've been trying to bring myself to edit to like distract me because I do have videos that I filmed like before all this happened that like I want to put out, but like I haven't even, I don't know. I was surprised I even cleaned some of my house to be honest. I told the kids, go upstairs and play in your rooms. I need to clean and I just need to like jam out. And they did pretty good. And then I got them ready for bed and everything. And Madeline hasn't been sleeping very well because she's so worried. And then I got so irritated because somebody I know had posted on their Facebook how they were mad that the town they live in had canceled these Halloween activities, or because we like I said this in my other stream, but we never had like a wave up here because it's so rural. We had like a little bad spot around Thanksgiving last year, but this is the worst that I've ever seen it. Like almost everybody I know has it. There's so many people sick up here. Um, but anyway, so she was posting and complaining about like how they didn't have activities for the kids, but they had activities for adults, which I get that. But she was like basically saying how like um, kids aren't the ones transmitting it. And I commented on her thing and I was like, we as a family never would go anywhere because we were so worried about Kyle getting it, me getting it, the kids getting it. And how we got it was from the school because they didn't have a mask mandate at the school. Um, they didn't have a mask mandate. And there was one kid in my daughter's class that had it. Next thing you know, everybody's got it. And that's how it starts. Schools spread the flu, lice, like, I mean, and I'm not blaming the schools or anything, like, it's not their fault. A lot of the parents didn't want a mask mandate. And there's so many people I know that, you know, uh, they don't believe that it's that serious or anything, but I'm sorry, Kyle never would have ended up in the hospital with if this was the flu, okay? Or pneumonia or bronchitis. So I'm all for people having their own opinions and rights, and I will never judge somebody for that. But just for people to think that things aren't spread through children, that was just mind blowing to me. Because, in my opinion, that's one of the ways that things are spread the most. It's through schools. And our schools aren't even big. It's K through 12 or K through 8. It used to be K through 12. It's K through 8 in one school. K through 12 rides the same bus. So, I mean, and Kyle was like messaging me today and he's like, the schools don't even care. He's like, half of the school, if not more, has it and they're not shutting down because they don't want to go back to remote. They're just like basically treating it like chicken pox. And even when I was talking to the school nurse, like when we were dealing with Madeline and Maddox, because Maddox is going to be out until the 19th because I'm a new case. So she didn't even sound like it was a big deal. And it was just so shocking to me. And it's not even a political thing. I know people make it political, but it's not even a political thing. Okay? You know, I don't know. Absolutely, Wendigo. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's way bigger than all of that. It's we were people that were so careful. We went to I mean, yes, Kyle was not jabbed, okay, because he was scared, but he wore a mask everywhere. When we went to the fair this year, we were the only family that I saw that was masked up. The only family. Which again, I understand it's people's right. They can do what they want. I wasn't judging anyone for it. It definitely scared the crap out of me, but we still went, you know? We wanted to have something normal this year. And then, like, I even had people still wanting to come over. I'm not even kidding you. I talked about this in my other stream, but there was people messaging me when they found out that my daughter had got it from school or whatever. They just wanted to come over so they could get it done and over with. Like treating it like chicken pox. I bet those same people won't feel that way now that Kyle's literally in the hospital on oxygen. I don't know. No, the school's not shutting down. None of the schools around here have shut down. None of the restaurants. I know the local bank, they have an outbreak. They shut Subway down, which is like kind of close to me, which there's a Subway and a gas station kind of like 30 minutes from me. Um, but they shut the Subway down, but didn't shut the Big Apple down, even though there's an outbreak in the Big Apple. And then pretty much every restaurant, I know there's been an outbreak. The restaurant I work at, I was the only one that had it, so they're still open. But one of my coworkers' wives caught it, but my coworker's fine, so he's back to work. He didn't test positive, and they're separated or whatever. But literally everywhere I know, the schools are flooded with it. The first day that my daughter could go back to school, they were on a field trip. All those kids crowded on a bus, going to the pumpkin patch, and I let her go because, I mean, she just had it, so I was like, I mean, I know you can catch it more than once, but, like, and then, like, they had the parents pick up the kids, and the kids are getting off the bus, and here I am with freaking with it, right? And Kyle was at home, and I, like, called the school, and I'm like, "If you want me to pick her up, you realize, like, I'm contagious. Kyle can't do it because at the time, he couldn't even get out of his chair." And, they're like, "Oh, yeah, just make sure you, just don't go near anybody." So my daughter is getting off the bus with her, it's not her teacher anymore, but she had the same teacher for 2 years, so she's, like, close to that teacher. So the teacher's, like, holding my daughter's hand, walking up to me, and I'm like, you know, I don't wanna, like, make a scene, like, "I have COVID," you know? The teacher knows because it's a small area, everybody freaking knows everything, and, like, people just I don't know, it's just wild to me, absolutely wild to me. And then it also makes it tricky living in rural areas. Like, I was one of those people who was like, I don't know how people um have it and they leave their house and they go to the store and they do all this stuff. Well, in rural areas, you really have no other freaking choice. Like, if you need gas, and you know, a lot of the gas stations around here, you have to pay inside. There's nowhere for you to insert a credit card because they're the old style dial pumps. So, like, that makes it another issue, health issue, in my opinion, because you have to go in, you have to prepay. So, you're handing over that card that you're touching if you're sick, right? Or that cash. To go grocery shopping, I've been having to travel almost an hour to find a place that does pickup groceries. For pet supplies, I had to go almost an hour away because the dollar store, there's a Dollar General that does online, like you order online and you pick it up. It's about like 35 minutes for me. It's not too bad, but they wouldn't do it was in store only for any pet food, any cough medicine. So like you're doing all this traveling, and like Walgreens would do medicine, like cough medicine stuff through the drive-through. But other than that, it's like if I needed to go get milk, I gotta go almost an hour a freaking way just to go get a gallon of milk if I wanna do pickup, or else I have to go into a store. So, I mean, now I understand a little bit of why, because not everybody can do that. It's a privilege to be able to drive an hour to go get grocery store pickup. Not everybody around here can do that. A lot of people don't have transportation. This is a poverty-stricken area. So I get it now, but that also is how it spreads. So you got one gas station in town, which is not even in my town. It's like technically 2 towns over, but it's walking distance. And that's where everybody goes. You got the low income housing, probably a 15, 20-minute walk from it. And there's an outbreak there too. So it's just like, you know. Oh no, it's okay, Nomi. I'm just like venting. Yeah, where the owner of where I work is like that sunshine babe. And like at first, I think I said this in my last stream too. I think at first my work wasn't take Hi Cotton Candy. How are you? I don't think my work at first was taking like Kyle's situation very seriously because my one coworker who I love, she's actually been like one of the only people in my real life who was actually like was reaching out to me to find out how everything was going before I started posting about it. Um I honestly had more support from my community, our community here, than anything. But anyways, so my one coworker and I don't think they were taking it like I think they thought I was being a little over dramatic. Um, but now I think they realize, obviously, like, because I'm not being over dramatic if he's fucking literally on oxygen, but um I know they were getting frustrated with me when I told them like I wasn't going to be back till the 19th, and now I told them I don't know. I don't care. I will find a way to make money. It is what it is. Luckily I've been blessed enough. I've had people, I didn't ask for it, but people donated me a little bit of money, which has helped for groceries and stuff like that, gas and everything. So that's been super helpful. But I will find a way to make money. Money will come to me. It's about my kids and my family now. And if I have to be home to take care of Kyle, I'm going to be home to take care of him. I don't care. So, it is what it is. But a lot of people just, they don't believe it. They think it's like, it's just the flu. Yeah, I know when to go. I just feel bad for the people that I know don't have the privilege that I have of being able to get in my car and have gas money to go drive an hour to go get my groceries or something like that. And like every good friend I have around here that would like go pick something up for me if I needed something, they have it. So it's like, and then like my mom is dealing with her stuff right now. So then I can't even like I should have been to my mom's days ago. But then I'm like scared of her getting it because she's not jabbed. And everybody thought I was overreacting about it and about Kyle getting it. And as soon as the second day hit, like we knew of him having it, we knew it was going to be bad. Oh, happy birthday, Hayla. Sorry. I hope you have a good birthday. Oh, Beth, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you do okay. I hope you don't have any kind of asthma, COPD. Uh, just listen to your body. Listen to your body. I've been very fortunate. Um, Usually when I get sick with stuff like anything that's bad, I get it bad. And I am so grateful that the thing that I've struggled with the most is I can't taste anything, and I freaking hate it. Uh, but I've had like the sniffles and like my voice is shitty and whatever. And I have a cough. and I'm tired, but like other than that, I'm all right. I'm doing all right. I can breathe. So, that's all that matters. I also just can't believe how busy it is around here. I mean, I can believe it because it's leaf peeper time, we're at our peak right now. It's fucking gorgeous out there right now with fall, all the leaves are beautiful. I haven't even been able to enjoy it. Normally I would have done 10 million photo shoots by now. uh, this is like my content prime season right now, and I haven't done shit, but I understand why there's so many people are up here, but I don't at the same time. Thank you, Cotton Candy, for the sticker. That's a cute sticker too. I appreciate it. But Beth, yeah, please listen to your body. Um, I can tell you the two things that really helped Kyle. If you were struggling with like congestion and everything, I don't know if you have a Walgreens, but we didn't even use it's basically NyQuil, but it was the Walgreens brand. I actually love lemons too. It's the Walgreens, the day and night. It's like I said, it's like the knockoff of NyQuil, but that is the only cough medicine that helped him. It does have alcohol in it, the night one, but it's the severe one. And I know alcohol can be bad for your breathing, but that was the only way he could sleep. And then like tea, he was drinking like tea constantly. And hydrate yourself as much as possible. Vitamin C, zinc, vitamin D. I was sent some stuff because we take elderberry, but I was sent some stuff about some studies saying that elderberry actually is making things worse for people that have it. So we did stop taking it just for now. Now, again, I know there's a million studies you can find right now about it. So, not elderberry, but about, So, I mean, it's kind of like you just kind of have to go with the most factual stuff you can find, right? It's very hard because it is so new and everybody has a million different things. And the other thing too is Kyle's mom told me, which I didn't know that, but I thought Kyle had it for too long, like once he got into the hospital, that he wasn't going to be able to get the antibodies because everyone kept telling me he needs the antibodies, he needs the antibodies, he needs the antibodies. And I'm like, I think it's been too long. And they told me that it had been too long. But this new hospital, he hasn't been transferred yet. But I guess they're going to, from what I've been told from his mom, who is in contact with the hospital he's at now, is that they are going to give him the antibodies. So I'm freaking hoping and praying that they do, because everybody I know that struggled like him, they got it, and then they were like not better right away, but they were significantly better. And I have friends who have had people that were in the hospital for 3 weeks, 6 months, on oxygen or CPAP. Is that what it's called? CPAP? I don't know nothing about breathing. I've only had issues with my liver and pancreas, organs. I mean, your lungs are an organ, right? I don't even know. But I've never dealt with lung issues besides like pneumonia. No, Hayla, I still live in his mom's house. Yes. We have not moved yet. We have not found a house yet. And to be honest, I doubt we're going to buy a house anytime soon. Maybe there's a reason why we hadn't been able to find a house yet, because there's no way I could possibly do it right now with everything going on. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to go back to work for a while. And I mean, like I said before, I can find other ways to make money, but I will definitely have to tighten things down, especially with winter coming with fuel, because it takes $4,000. And I'm not saying this to be like poor me, but it takes $4,000 a winter to fuel this house because it's so big. And we pay for everything. So yeah, Sunshine Babe is I heard now I don't watch the news and I only read certain articles because like I stopped doing like keeping up with the news a few years ago, probably like almost 2 years ago, because it used to put me in like a really bad headspace and make me really paranoid. And it was just always really negative. But I had heard that they only had to require jobs to have the jab, if they have over 100 employees. So, like my job, we have, if you don't count the owner, we only have 6 employees, I think, 5 or 6 employees, and 4 of us, because our dishwasher's full time. So 4 of us are full time, and then we have 2 part-time employees. Excuse me. I mean, it doesn't even really matter if they're full time or part time. It's not like we get any like vacation or sick time or benefits of any kind. Welcome to restaurant industry, but um, yeah, I'm very curious. I don't know if that's true or not. Yes, know me. He has severe asthma. Yeah, please, please know me. Be as safe as you possibly can. I'm not going to tell anybody to do, you know, this, that, or the other, but um, I will say that the doctors have said that if he had gotten the thingy, he probably, they can't say for sure it wouldn't have gotten this bad, but it probably wouldn't have, is what they said. Chances are very high it wouldn't have gotten this bad. Um, he has told me that he will be getting it when he gets home, so that's good. But just be safe. And I mean, we were as safe as you possibly can think of, masking up everywhere. We didn't go anywhere. We always ordered out. I think we've been out to eat like maybe 5 times in the last year. I mean, like we really went to school, yeah, well, the kids went to school, went to work, came home. That was our life. Went grocery shopping. I usually went by myself, so we didn't have to bring everybody. Um, so safe. And all it took was one kid in my daughter's class getting it. And then she got it, and she was exposed on the 22nd or the 23rd. By the 26th, she had it. She had symptoms. I was She had fallen asleep outside watching the stars. I had Kyle go out and pick her up, bring her inside, put her on the couch, and I was doing something on my laptop, probably editing. So I was editing on my laptop in the kitchen on the island, and she started sneezing and coughing in her sleep, and I just remember saying out loud, "Oh fuck, here we go." So I just knew it. Hi, Melissa. Yeah, it was something else. It was B or C something. It was like oxygen, then there was 2 other options, and then ventilator was like the most extreme one, which he told me straight up that he does not want to be put on a ventilator. The market is way too high for such crap houses. Yeah, it is, Hayla, I agree. And like usually the houses are pretty affordable around here. Like you can usually get like a 12-bedroom house for like $200,000, and you could probably ask for like have a lower asking price and get it. Uh you can buy a nice 4-bedroom house around here for 80,000 normally, and it's like 200,000 now. It's absolutely wild. No, it's a family-owned restaurant. Yes, news is anxiety inducing when to go. That's why I can't do it. I just can't. No, it's a very small mom and pop restaurant, family run. I love my boss. She's like the sweetest lady in the world. She's one of those, she's a Facebook believer. You understand what I'm saying? Like she reads it on Facebook, she believes it. And she's very easily swayed. Like they had there was a customer, my coworker comes in, this is like before I had to obviously leave because of this. But my coworker comes in and she goes, "Oh my gosh, this guy out there, customer, and the owner were talking about how the jab has metal in it and how you could have coins stick to your arm because there's metal in it." So my coworker's like, "Should I go take a quarter? Anybody got a quarter?" None of us had a quarter, but she was going to. She's going to take her quarter and like go out there, like put glue on it or something and go out there because she was, we all had the jab there. I think my boss is the only one, like the owner is the only one I think that doesn't have it. Oh no, I think actually the two part-time workers don't have it either. I live in Vermont. I live in northern Vermont. Hi, Mixie. So I'm gonna give like the really long story short. Kyle is in the hospital. I had to have him admitted yesterday. He is getting transferred to a hospital 3 hours away from us, to like a COVID wing. He's on high pressure oxygen, and yeah, he's just not doing very good. So I kind of wanted to give like an update and just like talk because I haven't been sleeping and haven't been taking care of myself. I've done better today though. And I you know, just wanted to hang out. I've been kind of like I said, if anybody wants like more, like if you want to see Kyle's oxygen levels before the day that I took him in, like right before I took him in, I have a video on my TikTok, and my TikTok is Tarrah_Christine. I've documented like a lot of it, because he wanted people to see and like know how bad it was because he was someone again who didn't get the vaccine, so he wanted people to know like this is serious. And he said he's been recording, which I'm like, I thought I was the YouTuber, but he said that he's been recording a lot of stuff while he's been in there. So, he said he doesn't know how to send it to me though. So that's another thing too. I don't know why he's recording it. That's just what he told me. I don't want to be that YouTuber that like makes a video using it for, clickbait or whatever. But if he were to come home and tell me like, I want to tell people about this because it's important, I would make content on it, to be honest with you. Because I think a lot of people are still in denial about how bad it can get. Kyle's not even 30 years old. Not even 30. So, Facebook is the worst for spreading false information. Thank you, Cotton Candy. It's BiPAP. Thank you, Erica. That's what it's called, BiPAP. Like I said, I don't know much about breathing stuff, guys, so I appreciate you guys correcting me. Oh, wow, I didn't know that, Sunshine Babe. I mean, it's probably for the best. I do understand people, if it has to do with their religion, and I get it, but it's just so hard, man. I wonder how much the fine's gonna be, though. Yes, it has been a rough year, Erica. That's for sure. I kept saying, like, what was it, last month, guys? I was like, man, I've had such a rough couple of weeks. It's been such a rough month. And then, like, I was sitting back today and I was like, Man, literally in the last 2 weeks, I had another ex of mine pass away from an OD. My aunt got into a horrible ATV accident and passed away. Couldn't be at her funeral because, we all caught the C. And then the stuff with Kyle, and then I got stuff going on with my mom that I can't really get into because it's just way too personal and too much. I'm like, and I thought it was bad a few weeks ago. Like, it's way worse now, and then being on my period on top of it, oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm pretty far from Indiana. I mean, 15 hours sounds right. Yeah, the magnet theory doesn't work. I tried it too. Yes, I do. Mixie, I emailed you back too about your I emailed you back from the email that you sent me. Yeah, I saw this guy on TikTok, I think it was. It had nothing to do with the jab though. He just said that like quarters stuck to his skin or something. So I don't know if like somebody saw that and then somehow correlated it, because you know how people can get. So they somehow correlated that with the jab and quarters. I don't really know, but oh, no rush, Mixie. You know that. Mm. Yeah, and see, Cotton Kitty, Kyle always believed in it. Like he never thought that it wasn't real or anything. We totally took it when we were locked down last year. We took it like he always took it seriously. It was just the jab he was worried about. He doesn't like new things. He doesn't like change. And that's another issue for him being in the hospital is he is on the spectrum. He has autism. So, and then on top of that, because his oxygen is so low, he's been going like kind of out of it. So like he's already kind of socially awkward, but then like when you have him kind of telling stories that don't really make sense, you understand what I'm saying? But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that because of the I don't want to say because of his autism, but like part of him I've noticed, and he has autism and ADHD, is he doesn't like medicine. Like he never takes Tylenol. He never, even with severe asthma, you had to fight him to even take his inhaler. He just is not someone who likes modern medicine. And it's not he won't tell other people don't take that, it's bad for you. He would tell someone go ahead, take the whatever, take that if it helps you, just for him. It's just something about him. Um, he just, and then when I don't think a lot of people realize too, and when you live in really small areas and that's all you know and all you've ever been brought up around, and everyone around you is putting the fear of God in you, that there is something wrong with the jab, it can really mess with your head. Like everybody around you that you love, because he's not someone who watches the news either. He doesn't follow politics. He's not cued into that type of stuff, right? So when you take someone like that and you add something like the jab or whatever, it can really be scary, right? It's like the unknown of it all. Um he's never been in the hospital before. So he's like, I mean, besides like being there for me, or when Maddox was in the NICU, obviously he was there with us, but he's never been the one that's been like in this position before. So it was just so scary for him. Yeah, it's been yeah, has it been 2 years already now? But he still wore his mask everywhere. He still, maintained social distancing. He took it seriously. It was just the vaccine part of it. Oh, I know, cotton candy, but I think it's an important thing to talk about because I think that people, when they hear that someone doesn't get the jab, They automatically think, oh, this person is anti, or they think they take it political, or they think that the person isn't following other protocols like social distancing, masks, things of that nature, right? They automatically go to the worst. So that's why when I hear someone say, I don't want to get it, I don't automatically jump down their throat because I don't know their reasoning for getting it. It's when people start saying like really bizarre things that I'm like, okay. But, they're just like I was someone who got the jab, but I still wore my mask. A lot of people said, well, if I have the jab, why should I wear my mask? So it's just so hard. About Shea Tucker, the girl I talked to. Cheyenne Tucker. Why does that sound familiar, Hayla? Can you send it to me again, Hayla? Like comment on a video of mine, just the name, or send it to me on Instagram or something and I'll look into it. Yeah, it's been like I said, Wendigo, he was in really good spirits this morning. He was in a good mood. He was joking with me about the food. And then once he found out he's being transferred, his mood changed completely. He felt so defeated. I could hear it in his voice. He was telling me with his words. But I just kept trying to tell him, like, it's going to be a better hospital. That's all that matters. Because the hospital you're at now is awful. So, but yeah, he just doesn't know, like, what to ask for, what to do. Yeah, and that was another thing too, Cotton Candy. Because of his asthma, he figured, because you know how when you get the flu shot, sometimes you get sick. Well, when I got the flu shot, I would get sick. So his thought too was, well, I have severe asthma. What if I get it and I get sick and then I end up in the hospital because it sends me in like an attack? So he just figured, I'll be safe. I'll wear my mask. I'll social distance. He doesn't have like he has friends, but like he doesn't hang out with people. He literally just goes to work and comes home. That's it. Like I'm the only person he hangs out with. So, he thought he was fine doing that. He thought he was safer just doing his normal routine, masking up. That's it. So he was scared about it. So yeah. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why he was very scared about it. Hi, Becca. Thank you. Yeah, and I had literally just pretty much talked him into getting it, and then we all got sick. So, absolutely, Melissa, I agree with that. Yep, that's true, Indigo. A lot of things are based off of emotion. Oh, Hayla, okay, so that's why the name sounds familiar. I understand that I might have to make a whole video about this, but I understand that a lot of people ask me to make like content on like people who have had stuff like that happen to them or true crime content. I can't. I can't for my own mental health. I can't do it. I was surprised that I even tried to make a Gabby Petito video. And that didn't even go the way I had intended. I had completely intended for that to go a totally different direction. I can't do it. It's too hard for me it brings up, especially that case that you're talking about. It brings up my friend who was taken too soon, not by her own hands or by natural causes or illness or anything. and it's still unsolved. And hers was very gruesome, and but I am more than willing to share information about it. Um, if there's any GoFundMe's or articles or anything, I am more than willing to use my platform to spread awareness about it. If there's anyone who's done videos on it that are well done, I am more than willing to share those as well. I can't. I really, really can't. Yeah, Melissa. And it's so lonely, Melissa. Like, I know how lonely it was for me, and he was there for me most of the like, he was there as much as he could be, and it was still lonely. So I couldn't imagine being isolated to a room. People can't come see you, and he has sensory issues, and he said that the room they have him in, you can't turn the lights off. So he's got sensory issues. He can't sleep with the lights on, and they won't turn the damn lights off so he can sleep. And then yesterday, I almost had a call because he had been buzzing them for 4 or 5 hours for water, and they were ignoring him. And then come to find out, they forgot about him and didn't even feed him. So I'm like, it's probably a good thing you're going to a different hospital. He did say his lunch was really good today, though. Yeah, I'm sorry, Hila. Yeah, that's about how I felt too, cotton candy. Like, my arm hurt. I was really tired, but then, like, yeah, I will definitely look into it and share and use my platform to share information on it. I knew that name was familiar. That is really sad. Yeah, but Wendigo, the thing is if y'all saw how small this hospital was, it's like, how did you forget? There's literally only 2 wings in this whole hospital, and, like, where he's at right now, like, there's a back wing where they hold, like, people that might need surgery or whatever. So that's kind of a way, like, you can't really see it, you kinda have to, like, go, like, down the hallway or whatever, but where he's at, you walk into the ER, and then there's a bathroom right here. So here's the ER doors. Whoop, whoop, right? There's a bathroom right here, and then it's like open concept. So there's like a room over here. There's 3 rooms right here, and then there's the desk. So he's in this room right here. So literally, there's like 3 rooms. 3 rooms. Like, how do you miss someone? I don't know. And it's all open, like glass with just shades. So I don't understand it. Oh, I can believe it. I can believe it, Hila. Nurses can be mean. I remember I passed out. I was in so much pain. It was Christmas Eve. It was when I was going septis, but this hospital refused to do, this hospital that he's at has almost like me so many times. It's not even funny. But I passed out in so much pain. As I was passing out, like fainting, I was screaming at the top of my lungs. I was in so much freaking pain. And when I woke up from fainting, from being in so much pain, the nurse told me to shut the fuck up. I was being too dramatic and that they were sending me home. Yeah, so I'm not surprised. Hayla, I'm not surprised. And it's really sad. Like, no one should be treated that way, especially when they're like going through something. It's like, yeah, I want to be at the hospital on Christmas Eve. Or like you, like, yeah, childbirth isn't hard or anything. Yeah, I have that, Nomi, so bad. I remember like for the first year after I was septis, any little off feeling that my body had, I would go into like these really bad panic attacks because I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be hospitalized again. Oh my God, they're not gonna listen to me. They're gonna think I'm med seeking. Like I would just like freak out so bad. And then I would like I'm still scared to go to hospitals for stuff, especially that one. I had liver failure one time. I was so jaundiced. That hospital he's at told me that I was med seeking. And Kyle had to, like, Kyle probably saved my life more than once because he stuck up for me and said, no, like, look at her. She is jaundiced. Her eyes are freaking yellow. Oh, yeah. Wendigo, they're like I said, some nurses are rough, man. And then I've met some nurses who are the sweetest things that you will ever meet in your entire world or entire life, not world, but world too. Yeah, cotton candy. I wish we could get that. Yeah, Wendigo. I'm sorry you went through that too with him because I'm telling you, it's oh yeah, and they will too judge, Hayla. I will say, so with all three of my kids, I was totally alone. Like nobody else in the room with me. My first son, I got dropped off, had my C-section. Second, my daughter got dropped off, had my C-section, was alone. My youngest son, I went into preterm labor, so nobody could be in there. Like they had to just take him. Kyle was at the hospital, but I was alone in the room. They just knocked me out. I don't remember any of it. But my other two, I remember everything because I was awake for the C-sections. And both nurses that I had for my first two kids were freaking amazing. Absolutely amazing. They held my hand, they talked to me, they helped like coach me through everything. And my first child, I was only 15, and that nurse was a godsend. Like sent, godsend, however you say it. But she was so amazing because I had nobody in there with me. Yeah, I was awake. They just put like this thing up and I had the epidural. So they just put like because they asked me if I wanted to see it. I said no because I don't like blood. Um, and I said nope, I don't want to see it. And I had the epidural, so they just. But with Maddox, like he was literally there, and I couldn't have him naturally because he was a 25 weeker. So they literally knocked me out. Like it was so fast. Like Kyle had wheeled me down to go outside because I was finally off. It was my first day off bed rest. And Kyle wheeled me down outside. And as soon as we got outside, I said, Kyle, get me the fuck back upstairs. This baby is coming. So Kyle got me back upstairs and he's like, she thinks she's in labor and my water broke. And then they literally got me, they didn't even take me out of the wheelchair. They just got me all IV'd up. And next thing I remember, I woke up and a baby was born. So it was like that. Kyle said that it sounded like a chainsaw and that like it happened so fast that like they wheeled me in a room and then like a few minutes later they're like, you have a boy. But I don't remember any of it. Yeah, none of that does matter. Absolutely. Doesn't matter if you're on Medicaid or a young mom or anything. Yeah, I don't blame you, Hila. It's really sad though that like people have to be treated that way. Especially when you like are having a child. Like that's like so stressful and scary. And I don't care how many children you have, each time you go to give birth again, you still get that same like scared feeling, right? Because like you want to make sure everything goes okay. You know. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, I can't be on here too much longer either myself, even though I have a full cup of coffee in front of me. He was supposed to be transferred tonight, so like I haven't heard anything though. Hi, just doing me. Just doing meh. I like that. How are you? Good night, Nomi. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get off in like 15 minutes myself. Cause maybe try to get some sleep. Maybe. I wish I could taste my coffee though. That would be freaking amazing. I bought the Starbucks pumpkin spice creamer. And I have another creamer. And I've been using the other creamer because I want to save the pumpkin spice one for when I can taste it. Yes, he's going to a better hospital and a much bigger hospital, but it's far. It's like 3 hours away. But to be honest, I'm kind of glad that he's going to a better hospital. It sucks it's so far away, but yeah, that's what I said, Becca. He's mad about it though. Yeah, they won't call me. They'll call his mom. They'll call his mom if they do the transfer tonight. He told me they were doing the transfer tonight, but how his mom explained it to me is that he was accepted for the transfer, but they're waiting for the bed. So, it might not be until early in the morning or tomorrow, but they told him today that he was being transferred. And I know when I was transferred from there before, it took like a day. It took like a good day. So it just depends. He should call me though. He told me he would call me when he got to the new hospital. But his mom had called me and she had said that what I had just said, that they're just waiting. Oh, how are you, mermaid? Kyle's on oxygen. And he's being transferred to another hospital. So he's not doing too good. But we've got high hopes, high up in the sky hopes. This is like the worst time for me to get my period. COVID, period. Boyfriend in the hospital. So for, I don't know how many years, I thought Kyle and mine's anniversary was on Halloween. I don't know why I did, but like I was really strung out when Kyle and I first started dating. So I was on Facebook the other day and I was on my Facebook memories and it was like, oh, you and Kyle celebrate 8 years together. And I'm like, wait a minute, I thought our anniversary was on Halloween. No, our anniversary is October 5th. So all these years, well, I thought that our freaking anniversary was Halloween. We've celebrated it on Halloween. People don't believe me when I say I'm bad at dates, okay? I don't know my sobriety date. I just know that it's in July, 4 years ago, because of Facebook memories, or else I wouldn't even know that. People ask me why I haven't deleted my Facebook, because it's the only way I know anything. It's the only way I know anyone's birthday. It's the only thing. See, I think I should keep it on Halloween because Halloween used to be my favorite holiday. And then my ex-boyfriend passed away from an overdose on Halloween. And that killed it for me. Every year on Halloween, I would not do very well. We'll just say that. And then with Kyle, I just like, oh yeah, it's good again because now it's Kyle and mine's anniversary. No, it wasn't. Never was. I remember our first Halloween together. This was our first Halloween together. You know how big this man's heart is? Our first Halloween together, he was taking kids because I lived in low income housing. He was taking kids to the low income housing place trick or treating because their parents didn't have cars to take them trick or treating. So that's what we did for our first Halloween together. Is we took kids trick or treating. I was all strung out, but I was more than willing to do it with him. But yeah, he's just got a big heart, man. Very loyal, got a big heart. Oh my gosh. Right after you quit oh my gosh. Yeah, I would have that would be rough, Becca. Yeah, Becca. I'm telling you, Facebook saves me sometimes. I know they're collecting all my data, however you say it. I know they are. That's okay. Collect it away. I don't even care at this point. But I will say though, at some point I am gonna take all my pictures off Facebook, like my kids' baby pictures and stuff. Like I need to do that. Actually, now that I'm not at work, this would probably be the best time for me to do it because I have a hard drive I can put everything on. But even then, I'm like, what if I lose the hard drive? So it's like, ah. I mean, no public person can see any of those pictures. Like my profile is not public, but still, I'm like, Facebook, man, it saved my ass more than once, believe it or not. Oh yeah, he's a really good guy. He's not perfect because none of us are perfect, but he's a really good guy. He makes me breakfast in bed every weekend, at least one of the weekend days. And Saturday, he was getting up to do it. He's like, "All right, well, I was already up, but he's like, oh, he was apologizing to me. I'm sorry I didn't make you breakfast in bed today, babe. I'll start making breakfast now. We'll just have brunch." And I told him, "No, you sit your ass down. I'm going to make you brunch." you know? He makes my morning coffee for me every single morning. He wakes me up with my morning coffee. Like 8 years into the relationship. He does. He's amazing. He's not the cleanest person. He's, very messy, but which drives me bonkers. But it's the little things, man. And now, like that, he hasn't been here, even though it's only been fucking 2 days. Now that he hasn't been here, I realize like even the little things that he's done and like to make things easier for me, if that makes sense. Like our burn pit. He constructed it. Well, it's our burn barrel. It's not even a pit, but it's our burn barrel. He designed it so that I would be able to open it without him instead of me having to depend on him. I've never had to do it myself because he's always done it. But I went to go do it today and I finally got to, he explained how he did it to me, but I'm just like, yeah, whatever. You take these things for granted, right? And I go to open it and I'm like, wow, this design really is nice. I'm not struggling to open this at all, even though I have no hand strength, you know? So it's just shit like that, You don't think about these things until it's like, fuck. Oh, it is messed up, but you gotta do it. There's a lot of weirdos out there, man. Yeah, it's a mess right now, Mermaid. I agree. Yeah, I was thinking about Google Drive actually. I don't think I would do iCloud though, to be honest. He makes the best coffee. He literally just bought me it's called a Ninja, I think. He bought me a new coffee maker because I call myself a coffee connoisseur. And he bought me a new coffee maker and I don't even know how to use it because he likes to make the fancy little coffees with it for me. Tell I'm gonna call Kyle. Okay, so everyone wants different coffees. Absolutely when to go. And there's just so many little things that he does and that make everything better. I really do love coffee. Like a lot. Like I have a whole coffee cupboard. I collect coffee mugs. It's wild though because like I don't it seems like I drink a lot of coffee. Um but like in reality, I hardly drink 3 cups of coffee a day. But I do really love coffee. I love all types of coffee, all different types of roasts, all different I like dark roast, I like light roast, I like medium roast. I love espresso. That's the next thing I want is an espresso machine. I love different types of toppings and syrups and oh my gosh. Something about coffee is just so comforting to me. Like my mom always drank it with that's all my mom drinks is coffee. Like she doesn't drink water. She drinks probably 5 pots of coffee a day, right? So I don't know. I just always grew up. It's just something about coffee is very, very, very comforting to me. I don't know why, but it is. And I just really like it. Same, Becca. That's why I don't drink more than 3 cups of coffee a day, though, because I will give myself an anxiety attack if I do. Yeah, just doing meh. I did actually. And that's something that we do. Like my mom and I now is like we have coffee together like at her house or like she'll come over and we'll have coffee. I coffee reminds me of my grandmother who took custody of me and my brother when I was a teenager. It's just very comforting to me. My nana and I when I was a teenager would sit and have coffee together. So, I don't know, it's just so comforting to me. My mom, like, even when shit was really bad when I was a kid, like, she would let me, like, sip her coffee, and, like, when she would get, like, her, Social Security money on the 1st, she would take me to Dunkin's, and I could get, like, my coffee that was, like, more sugar and cream than coffee. I still remember it was a French vanilla iced coffee, extra, extra, extra. I couldn't drink it now. Gross. I don't even put sugar in my coffee unless it's like a syrup, but and that's why I'm so mad I can't taste anything because I can't taste my darn coffee. I'm like, what the hell, man? Yeah, see, my mama, she didn't really I mean, mama basically when I say my mama, she wasn't like my mama, but she like took me in when I was a teen mom and pregnant as a teen. So she's my mama. Um, but she's passed away now. She just drank a lot of Dr. Pepper. That was her thing. And it was a Walmart brand Dr. Pepper. I forget what it's called now, but oh my goodness. And her and Papa would sit there and Papa would play spoons and she would sit there and drink her Dr. Pepper in a koozie. Oh my goodness. I can't drink soda anymore though. Ever since I lived in the South, like I used to drink a lot of soda when I lived in the South, a lot of sweet tea. But I will tell you when it gets really, really, really hot out, I always crave a soda. And I think it's from living in the South. Oh, yeah, I could see that, Becca. Like it reminding you of the farm and chores in the morning. I love the smell of brewing coffee too. Dude, we got to drink it so young, and my daughter tries to steal my coffee now, and I'm like, girl, no. Dr. Thunder, yes, that's what it's called. That's what she would drink, her Dr. Thunders. Ugh. You crave icy slushies? Oh, I haven't had one of those in forever. I just remember going to the Circle K and getting a big gulp. And like I would make sure I had $1, even when I lived on the streets, just so I could get a big gulp. Wild, man. And they have the best ice, the crushed ice. I hardly even drink ice. Like I hardly ever put ice in my drinks now, but yeah. And boiled peanuts. Oh my gosh, I miss boiled peanuts. I made boiled peanuts about a year ago, but I was the only one who ate them. Nobody else liked them. Me and my brother were the only ones who ate them. Which that's my mama's recipe, the boiled peanuts. Yeah, I've seen them at Walmart. Oh, I love boiled peanuts too. I want some so bad. But again, I don't like making them because nobody eats them but me. And then I end up throwing I mean, it's really cheap to make boiled peanuts if you can get the peanuts on sale, which certain times of the year you can. But yeah, I don't like to make things I'm gonna be the only one eating. You know, Kyle didn't really like them. He didn't understand it. He was like, ew, why would you eat peanuts like this? The kids didn't like it. And I like a kick to my boiled peanuts. So, which is why I thought Kyle would like them, but he wasn't down with the get down. So I just gave my brother the recipe because my brother really wanted me to make them. So I made them. And then we were the only ones who ate them. And then I just gave him the recipe and I was like, you can make them for yourself from now on. Oh, when I was pregnant, mermaid, when I was pregnant with my first son as a teenager, that was all I ate was pickles, the big pickle, like the pack, you know, they come in a single package. They're called like big pickle or something, and they have like spicy ones, regular ones, all different flavored ones. I was addicted to those and boiled peanuts all damn day long. That's all I would eat. All I would freaking eat. Man, I gained so much weight with that pregnancy though. Everyone thought I was having freaking twins. I was so big. Yes, he does have the family recipe. We're very big about recipe sharing if we can, which people always ask me for Kyle's recipes, but it's hard because like he doesn't really go off of recipes. Like, you know, when you've been cooking a long time and you kind of know the basics and you just start throwing shit together, that's like kind of how we are. But there are certain dishes that are family recipes and I won't give out. Oh my gosh, Becca, it was bad. So bad. I was so huge. So huge. And I mean, I've been big before. Like after that, when I first got sober, I gained a lot of weight and I was over 200 pounds. But I gained over 100 freaking pounds with my first child because my grandmother kept telling me, eat for two, eat for two. You want to gain weight. And then I wondered why my stomach looked like the way that it did with all this skin afterwards. It's because I was so huge. I went from like 80 something pounds to freaking 200 pounds. Oh, have you tried the Humpty Dumpty everything seasoning? Is that what it's called? Everything? It's the one that has all the flavors on it. They're super cheap chips. They freaking eat the shit out of my mouth though because they're so bad for you. I can't eat them anymore, but oh, because they hurt because my GI shit's all messed up. I can't eat them anymore, but oh my god, they're so good. So good. That and dill pickle chips. I can't do chips very much anymore though. There's so many foods I can't eat anymore and it sucks, but My mouth is like puckering up just thinking about it. Oh, really? That sucks. Just doing meh. I love that name, by the way. It was so much. Like, I looked like I was gonna have him when I was only like 6 months pregnant. Maybe I'll show my baby book. I have his baby book still. I tried to give it to his adopted mom, but she told me to keep it because I found it a few years ago. Because I like don't have anything from my past really, unless I uploaded it to social media because my stuff got burned so many times by my ex, or I, was homeless. So I don't have like a lot of stuff, like a lot of pictures and all that stuff. I have like no childhood pictures of myself or anything. But I was going through my stuff a few years ago and I found his baby book and I'm like, so that baby book meant enough to me when I moved here from Florida with only a backpack that was something that I brought with me because I didn't have nothing when I came here. I had sandals, I didn't have a winter jacket. Like I had nothing. And I had that baby book, I guess, cuz I still got it, which is wild to me. Thank you, just doing me. Yeah, I'm gonna get off here in like 3 o'clock, so like 9 minutes. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that's my biggest fear. I'm so sorry that happened to you. That's literally my biggest fear. I hope that everybody was okay. Oh my gosh. Literally gave me goosebumps. I could never imagine that. That would be so horrifying. I'm so sorry. Thank you for hanging out. Stupid gnat, get out of here. Stupid gnat. I have so many dishes to do. I think I've used every dish in my house. I gotta do dishes tomorrow. Oh, no problem. Thanks for hanging out. I'm glad everybody was okay and everybody got out. Why is it like spam email time? It's like 3 o'clock the time for all the spam emails to come in. I just got like 4 of them at the same time. Madeline doesn't have school tomorrow because there's no school tomorrow because it's a holiday. I don't even know what holiday it is tomorrow. Thank you, Becca. Yeah, I debated whether or not I would just write a community post because I did write a post on Twitter and I've been documenting everything on TikTok and I wrote a post on my Instagram story. But then I just wanted to go, like, I needed to talk, so I have to do them all by hand. I kind of wish the dishwasher worked. I got to figure out how I'm doing laundry too, because I need to do laundry so bad. And I could get away with doing like a load or two with how we have our water hooked up. but I just don't want to ask his brother for too much. And like going to get water is a pain in the ass because you have to siphon the water out of the spring and then you have to drive to the spring. Then you have to siphon the water out of the spring. I siphon. You just have to like, put it in the hose into the tank in the car and then you got to let that fill up. So that takes about 30 minutes and then you got to drive all the way back, let it drain, and you have to do that about 4 times to fill our 250-gallon tank. So I don't want to be that a-hole that's like, oh, yeah, we all took showers and I'm doing all the dishes and now I'm going to do loads of laundry. So I'm going to need water again. It's a lot. So, yeah, I actually don't mind doing them by hand, to be honest. It's just I have so many right now. Like, I'm going to have to do dishes tomorrow in like increments. I showed on TikTok. I have a lot of dishes right now. So many. And it's not really so many pots and pans. It's just like plates and stuff from us being sick. Like, yeah. And usually Kyle's the one who does the dishes because I hate doing dishes because I hate being pruny. It's like a texture thing. Oh, just thinking about it makes me get the goosebumps. But it's a texture thing for me. I hate being pruny. So I don't really like doing dishes. And I usually help the dish girl at work when we're busy. So I just don't like doing dishes. I work in a restaurant. I don't want to come home and do them. So he usually does them. But obviously, he had been sick and then he couldn't go get water. So I didn't want to do dishes to make him think he had to go get water. So it kind of just accumulated. And then I got sick. So it is what it is, though. It happens. I need to clean my stove too. I did a lot of cleaning today, though. So at least I got a lot done today. I just need to do more. And then I need to clean the kids' rooms because it's a lot. Everyone thinks they want a big house, but I'm telling you, it's a lot to maintain when you have all this. The bigger the house, the more shit and the more cleaning you have to clean. The more cleaning you have to clean, the more stuff you have to clean. People don't realize that. The more cobwebs there are. And because I have floors, like the floors I have to sweep, then mop, then vacuum. So, yeah, it's not very fun. I really want to make myself edit, but I don't even know, man. I wish there was school tomorrow. Then I would only have one kid at home, not two. Probably gonna have to drive tomorrow to do a grocery pickup too, because we're running low on like the essential stuff, bread, milk, especially since my kids have literally been living off of grilled cheese, chicken patty, chicken nuggets, macaroni and cheese, hot dogs, simple shit that I can make. She's been amazing, Mermaid. I was saying that earlier, when I started the stream, is that like even though, we don't get along that often about like anything, she's been amazing. Absolutely amazing. Anytime she gets an update, she lets me know. Anytime I get an update, I let her know. Yeah, she's been absolutely awesome through everything, which I'm so grateful for. And I definitely think that, I don't know, when she met me at the hospital, because I took him to the hospital a few days before he got admitted at this time, and they sent him home. They wouldn't even see him because they didn't want to contaminate anything. And then his PCP had called when his oxygen went down into the 70s, and they were like, nope, we're ordering a chest x-ray and you're getting admitted to the hospital and put on oxygen. But anyways, when I met his mom at the hospital the second time, I had stayed up there for a little bit outside with the kids because I'm like thinking they're just going to send him home again like they did last time. So I wanted to make sure and wait like a half hour. So she met me up there or whatever so I could go home just in case they did discharge him because it's a little drive to go to the hospital. So when I think she saw like the look in my eyes about like how worried I was and whatever, and I don't know, she just looked at me different. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I've known her 8 years, I've known her, and, it was, like, almost like an understanding. I don't know how to explain it, but it was a different kind of look that she gave me that I've never gotten from her before. It wasn't like a mean look, it wasn't like it was a softer look. Does that make sense? Um, and ever since that moment, she's been really great about everything, so yeah, sweep, mop, vacuum. Yeah, because I gotta sweep because I got dogs and wild animals. So I gotta sweep it all up, get as much hair up, and big shit that you can't get up with a vacuum. And then I mop, okay? But then I have crevices in my floors and shit, so then I vacuum it all. I'm bad. Yeah, it was such, I don't know how to explain it, like I said, Becca. But it was a different look. Yeah, it was different, and like I said, she's been actually, her husband's been kind of an asshole, but he's a non-believer, so, you know how that is. Uh, but yeah, we only had one moment. We had one moment where I had messaged her, and I was saying that I was worried, and she was like, basically, like, saying, "Don't freak out too much," or whatever, because of the kids, and I told her, like, I can't hold it in because that's the worst thing I can do. Obviously, I'm not breaking down in front of them or anything like that, but even if I did, like, if I needed to, like, I'm going to, right? I think I've done very well in front of them. But anyways, I was trying to explain that to her or whatever, and I fully expected her to be like, "Suck it up, buttercup," because that's how she is, and it was a lot softer of a response, and she's a lot more understanding, so, you know. No, they had beds. I know for a fact they did. I know people that work up at that hospital. They didn't wanna deal with it. They didn't wanna contaminate the machines, they said. They lied to us and said that they didn't have a mobile X-ray thing, which they did. Um, so they lied about that, and then they basically don't wanna deal with it. I'm quoting them. So, yeah. The only reason why they admitted him this time is because his primary care called. So, it was the day I made brunch when he was trying to get up. He was, like, really out of it and, like, not making sense, and I went outside, and when I came back in, he had passed out in his chair, and his lips were turning, like, they weren't his normal color, and he was breathing really heavy in his sleep, like, almost gasping, and I woke him up, and he was still kind of out of it, and I helped him drink some water. And then I was like, "You need to check your oxygen levels." And like he still was kind of out of it, which is the video I have on TikTok is where I checked his oxygen levels. And they were really freaking low, like 80, 81. And then you can even hear in the video he is so out of it. He can't even talk. He's like just it was bad. So I told him, I'm like, you need to call your primary care doctor because they had prescribed him steroids at the hospital and sent him home. And then his primary care had called to check in. And then prescribed him another day of steroids. So I told him, you need to call your primary care and have them get you some more steroids. And so he called them, and while I was on the phone with them, he started crying basically. He could because he couldn't even talk. That's how bad his breathing was, and he was so out of it. And I couldn't do it because we're not married. So, um his primary care had said, "Well, we haven't gotten your chest x-ray back from your ER visit." And he said they didn't do one. So then I could just hear them going off on the other end of the phone about like the lack of shit that they did at that hospital. And he got off the phone and he said they told me to go to the hospital. And I said, "Well, we're going to the hospital." And he's like, "No, no, I want to stay home." And I said, "No, no, we're going to the hospital." So the only reason why they admitted him is because of his primary care doctor stepping in and having him admitted. Because if they hadn't stepped in, they wouldn't have admitted him. When he was there a few days before he went in this time, there was nobody there. One person went there while he was in there. But other than that, no one was in there. No one was there at all. So it wasn't because they were full or anything like that. They didn't want to deal with it. That's how this hospital is. People don't realize that. Like, this hospital is complete, total junk. They get a lot of funding and they don't do anything. Well, it was really so Kyle's mom's an EMT, so she met me up at the hospital yesterday. Like I was saying, well, she went in. She works with that hospital. She does transfers, everything's. So she went in there. She's masked up, right? So she goes in. She walks in to see Kyle. Doesn't touch him or anything, but walks in the room and is just like, "I love you, whatever, whatever, whatever." The nurse starts yelling at her and is like, "You're gonna contaminate the whole hospital." And she's like, "How?" Because the nurses are walking around. They're not masked. They're walking in the room that Kyle's in and what have you. And she's like, "How am I going to contaminate the hospital? Like, I'm in a mask. I'm standing at the door. I'm not touching anything." Like, it didn't make any sense. And then his mom said that as she was leaving the hospital, she saw them wheel the mobile x-ray unit. And she's like, "They fucking have one. They lied." And I asked Kyle, I was like, "Did they bring you to the x-ray thing, or did they bring you did the x-ray machine get brought to you?" He said, "It got brought to me." I said, "Yeah, they lied." I believed them because when I was there 4 or 5 years ago, the last time I was there, they didn't have a mobile one. So, yeah, some of them were not, Becca. When we got to the hospital, I pulled right up to where like the ambulances usually pull up because like it's a small hospital, like in a small town, like you're gonna hear an ambulance because the hospital is like like you have to drive pretty far up the road to get to the hospital. So like if an ambulance is coming, and I would have moved obviously. So I pulled up right to the entrance because he couldn't breathe. So she walks out unmasked and I'm like, "He has COVID." Like, like they knew he was coming because the PCP called. So I had to like yell at her. And then she like, cause she had it around down here, and then she pulled it up and I'm like, and they're all walking around like it's a like I said, it's not a very good hospital. It's not in the description of this stream, but it's just my name, Tarrah_Christine. It's the same name as here, Super Unicorn. And then any of my videos, like not my lives, because sometimes I suck at updating my description box for my lives. Any of my videos, I have a link tree, and my TikToks is my TikTok in my link tree? You know what? Maybe my TikTok isn't in my link tree. I've been posting my darn link tree and just realized that none of my social medias is a link to my link tree. I stopped posting my social medias and just for bringing this up, Super Unicorn, because I think I suck at being a YouTuber. But it's just my name. It's Tarrah underscore Christine. Yeah, it's just all around disgusting. Yeah, I know. Oh, sorry, Wendigo. I've read that. I just read like the other part where it was like, by the way, this is Wendigo. I'm like, I know it's Wendigo. A linked tree is like, you can link a bunch of things. So like on my TikTok, I have my link tree in my bio. So it has like book a reading with me, my email, it has my PayPal, my Cash App, um, Amazon wish list. So it's all one link. That way you don't have to have a million links. And I erased all of my social media stuff, and then in my description boxes, I started posting instead of all my social medias linked. I just posted my Linktree link, but again, I just realized, duh, I don't have any of my social medias linked in my Linktree besides my email. And that's. Oh, I have my YouTube channel, but if you're on YouTube, like you don't need my YouTube channel in my Linktree. So, not very smart. Yeah, and we had that here too, Mermaid, where people were threatening to quit if they had to get jabbed. And then they were told that they weren't going to mandate it. So, me too, Wendigo. I'm horrible at social media, and I am trying to do this thing called social media. Maybe that's why it's taken me like 5 years to grow this much. I wish I could taste my coffee. I said I was gonna get off at 3 o'clock, and it's 3:15 almost, and I'm still on here. I wish I could smell my candles. I wish I could smell my boyfriend. But yeah, it just makes things look a lot cleaner, like to have a link tree. I didn't get one until TikTok, to be honest, because I had people asking me to make an Amazon wish list, and like people wanted my email and Cash App, and it was easier just to put it all there. And I don't know, like I liked making it harder for people to like find ways to, like, people were trying to give me money to donate money to help me with like the bills and food and stuff like that while we're going through everything with Kyle. And I really didn't want people giving me money. So they kind of had to like dig to be able to find my Cash App and everything like that. So I don't know. Oh my gosh, it sucks. Like, I love perfume, so I spray myself with perfume like every day. And I keep spraying myself, and I'm like, I don't smell it. And like when I didn't shower for 3 days, like the last 3 days, I took a shower tonight, but when I didn't shower for the last 3 days, one of the reasons why too probably was because I couldn't smell myself. Like I couldn't smell if I stunk or anything, because normally that's what keeps me on track before, because I have bipolar, so I can have those low lows. Um, and that's something that keeps me on track is like, okay, you're starting to smell a little funky, girl. So, yeah, that definitely does not help. And then on top of that, like there's food I've made or whatever, and I have to call one of the kids over and be like, "Hey, smell this. Has this gone bad yet?" I made cold brew coffee, and I can't smell if it's good or not. So I'm just trusting my kids' noses at this point. because I can't smell it. I can't smell anything. And I was like making myself a tuna sandwich earlier and I'm like adding all these spices. I'm cutting up celery. I'm throwing in some relish. And my son comes up to me and goes, "Ma, what are you doing?" And I'm like, making tuna. And he goes, "Why are you adding all that stuff?" I was like, "Because this is how I like my tuna." He goes, "But you can't taste it." I'm like, "I know, but I still like it like this." So, like, I could literally put anything in my mouth right now and eat it, and I can't taste it at all. I could take a bottle of perfume right now and just start spraying it, and I can't taste anything. I got soap in my when I was washing my hair, I got so much soap because I use Opalex or I use, Orbe, so it's a very, like, lathery soap, shampoo soap, both of them are, and I got a huge bubble that just went down and went right into my mouth in the shower. I couldn't taste any of it, couldn't taste any of that soap. It's a very weird thing. Nothing like I've ever experienced before. Yeah, I think I would rather, well, I mean, hallucinations can be fun, depending. Yeah, I'm a soap eater. Yeah, it does suck. There's a reason why I spend the money I do on, my products and my perfumes and my shampoos and everything because I like the smells. I'm someone who, like, smells everything too. So it's a very bizarre, very, very bizarre. And it was weird because I lost my taste before my smell. So I lost my taste like a day before I lost my smell because I remember telling Kyle I was like, I can smell stuff, I just can't taste it. And then the next day my taste went. I just keep waking up every day hoping that I can taste my bad breath. You know that nasty morning breath? As soon as I can't taste it, I'm like, frick, another day without being able to taste. Yeah, it is true, Wendigo, but, like, it's not the same. Like, when I made brunch the other day, I made bacon, smoked applewood, sausages, and cinnamon buns. All 3 really amazing things that I love, and I couldn't taste any of them. I was so mad. I had someone bring me lasagna, actually, it was Kyle's mom. I've been craving lasagna for, like, 2 months, a good lasagna. Can't taste any of it. Me? No. I had the jab and I was with Kyle and Madeline for almost 10 days before I got it. I think I was on like 7 or 8 um of being in the household with people that had it. They were on like 7 or 8 day 7 or 8 before I started getting any symptoms and actually I was on a live stream. I was on a live stream. It's still on my channel. I was wearing a pink and like purple sweater and I was doing my makeup and I just remember I even said it on stream. I'm like, I feel very warm right now. Like it was like out of nowhere. It hit me so hard. And I had a really high fever, like 102 for a few days. And like my voice is all crappy still. So like my throat has been sore and I have a little bit of a cough. Obviously, a lot of it's gone away. But I had a little bit of cough, stuffy, and no headache or anything, tired. But to be honest, because Kyle was doing so bad, I didn't really have much time to be sick. Does that make sense? So, yeah. But yeah, I did. I felt it on stream. I was like trying to power through the stream. like I said, doing my makeup. I planned on filming that day or night, and it did. I was so out of it. I was getting like that mermaid, and then I was like, because I'm someone who my body doesn't like, my stomach doesn't get hungry like most people's do. I have to listen to my body, and I was starting to feel like, ugh. But something that's kept me on track is that, like, usually I'm at work and Kyle's the one giving the kids their food on the weekends. So having to give them breakfast, lunch, and dinner, has helped me stay on track because then I eat when they eat. See, I'm usually the first one to get sick, super unicorn, not the last. Because of my autoimmune issues, I am almost always the only one or the first one to get sick. It's usually me and my son that gets sick. Nobody else in the house gets sick. I love the Dr. Pepper. Yeah, Kyle wasn't eating at all. Him and Madeline, they only lost their taste for a few days, but like literally, I started having my fever, had a high fever for like 2 days. I'm on like day 5 right now. And then by like day 2-ish, it's been like 3 or 4 days that I haven't been able to taste. So I feel like it's like kind of lasting the taste thing on me. So I hope it doesn't. I know some people haven't even gotten their taste back even after like it's been a while. So I really hope that that's not me. It definitely helped me, I believe. I will say that to anybody who asks me, that I 1,000% believe that it helped me, because there's no way with how much I get sick, especially when the weather's changing, literally a week and a half before Madeline got it from the COVID from school, Maddox and I were sick. We both had high fevers, and we were sick. We didn't know with what, but we were sick. We got tested. We didn't have COVID. But we were sick, okay? And then like not even a month before that, I was sick with some kind of stomach thing. Okay, I get sick a lot. And this time being in the house taking care of both Madeline and him, Kyle, especially Kyle, because I have to touch everything and get his drinks, cleaning up his phlegm and stuff or whatever, nasty stuff. Sorry, guys. But I was fine up until the very, 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 very end. So I truly do believe that it definitely helped 1,000%. Even Kyle said that. He's like, thank God you got it, because it probably would have been bad for you. I don't think it would have been bad for me though, even with autoimmune issues, because I don't have any lung issues. Yes, I'm a smoker, but like other than that, I don't have lung issues. But I definitely believe it helped me. 1,000,000 gazillion %. Yeah, I agree. I don't know how it got political. It was so weird to me that it got political too, because like Trump was the one that had everyone believing that Trump had everyone believing on his side, like Trump people. And I don't care what anyone's politics are. I have friends who are Trump supporters. I have friends who are Republicans. It doesn't matter to me. Everybody's entitled to their own political beliefs and their own opinions and beliefs in general. That's how I feel. But Trump wanted everyone to believe that he was the reason why the vaccine was rushed, like in a good way. And everybody should thank him that we had a vaccine as fast as we did. And he caught the COVID really fast, if you remember. This is back when I was still watching the news, kind of. But anyways, the Trump supporters somehow, for some reason, will in one breath praise him for that, but then talk about my body, my choice and make it political. But I also will say it's not just people that are Trump supporters that are making it political, because I've seen Democrats that make it political as well. So it's not just the one side. Both of them are being not every Republican or Democrat, but I'm just saying there are people from both sides that are making it political. When I don't feel it, like it's not a political thing. How is a virus a political thing? It doesn't make any sense at all. Is chickenpox? Is the flu? I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, that's true, mermaid. And I don't know what strand whatever it is that we have. So, I don't know. I know Madeline had like no issues. She just had like sneezing. She had basic cold symptoms, cold flu symptoms. Um Hers actually started with her legs hurting, but then she had fallen asleep outside stargazing, and then when Kyle brought her in, she started having her symptoms in her sleep, and I knew it. And when she had woken up in the morning, she had a fever, and she had a fever that night too, because I remember checking her temperature, um, because she kept coughing and stuff. But I mean, she lost her taste and her smell for a few days, but yeah, within like 3 days, she was totally back 100% herself, like 1000% good to go. Maddox, though, I'm telling you, like I was saying earlier, me and him always are the ones that get sick. Usually it's just me and him. He is the only one, knock on freaking wood. He has not gotten any symptoms. None. I don't know if he's just an asymptomatic one or what, but no fever, nothing. So hopefully he still has to quarantine until the 19th, but hopefully he will be good to go, which will be good. Because I do worry about him because he has a lot of health issues as well. So I do worry about him, but that was Kyle's biggest worry when he went into the hospital. He was like, take out all the cups off of my desk and put them in the sink because Maddox will try to drink from them. Yeah, it's so bad. And then there'll be fights going back and forth. I posted on Facebook about, when Kyle went to the hospital, and I had to delete people's comments, y'all. Like, people were starting to go back and forth, and I couldn't believe it. I had one friend who was like, I love the way she said it. She said, she responded to somebody else and she said, please don't spread misinformation or false information. But I'm not going to get into that because this is Tarrah's post, and something like that. And I respected her so much for saying that, like setting boundaries, don't spread misinformation, but also like, I'm not going to get into this, blah, 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 and like respected my boundaries. It's a post about my boyfriend not doing very well, the person I love, my partner in life. And some people wanted to get into arguments about, the jab is child abuse and all this other I'm like, "Mm, stop, my brain." Yeah. That's how my father-in-law, not Kyle's father, but Kyle's stepdad. He is same way. I'm sorry. That's rough right now. I kind of feel bad for my mother-in-law right now because her son's literally in the hospital on oxygen, and you've got someone who should be supporting you and by your side, you know, um, basically telling y'all it's all in your head and it's, you know. Yep, that is true. Hi, Nat Nicholton. I'm actually going to be getting off of this chat. I'm sorry. I don't know how fun my chat would have been tonight anyways, because I'm not in a very peppy mood. Is your... Oh, it's a little snake. It's a little slithering snake. Anytime I hear the word snake, my brain obviously goes, there's a snake in my boots. Or it says, my brain, it's a slithering snake. It's one or the other. Oh, that's pretty sweet. I used to love horror movies, but I like the really corny old 90s, 2000s horror movies, which some people would probably argue are the worst horror movies. Oh, it's venomous. It's a venomous slithering snake. Yeah, I like corny horror too. No, what? I was gonna make a Hello Leash video. Like, I had every intention. I was talking with Marzi about it. And I was gonna go on Marzi's podcast, and then we got hit with COVID. We got hit with all this stuff, and you know, this is kind of taken priority. Yeah, 80s and 90s is good too. I honestly haven't watched any horror movies though, and like any newer horror movies. I think The Hills Have Eyes was the last like new, and that will tell you how long it's been because I don't watch TV or movies unless it's like a movie night. Oops. Yeah, that's how they are though, Mermaid. That is. Like it'll just be totally out of left field. Thank you, Peter. I kind of like that name, Peter North. That's pretty cool. I agree, Nat. I read a lot too. What? Because, okay, so Marcy, I don't know if you saw the video, Wendigo, but Marcy had made a video talking about that as well, about the child and how that was kind of like weird. And Marcy has like a whole doc, like a Google Docs on it. Because Marcy is impeccable when it comes to research. Like he is so freaking good at research. And Marcy is like one of the kindest souls in the world. Like he will make his content with no malicious. It's just to hold people accountable and to talk about the subject at hand, right? So Marzi made his video talking about it, and I'm assuming him and Bambi talked maybe, or I don't know this. I'm just assuming, or somehow she got a hold, maybe she saw the video because he always links everything, and he mentioned he linked the doc. So that's weird that Hello Leash would go. And Bambi's such a small creator. Like, that is some echo chamber shit, man. Yeah, I like Stephen King. I feel so cliche though when I say Stephen King. You know what? I was so pissed though with Stephen King. The Storm of the Century. Why is there no Storm of the Century book? I bought the damn Storm of the Century book thinking that it was going to be, a regular old book. No, it was the damn it was the movie script. I'm like, what the hey? What is this? This is not the Stephen King book that I expected. What? It was really weird, like the relationship, in my opinion. It looked really weird, anyways. It could have been something totally different, but if Hello Leash isn't going to explain it, then, like, yeah, she doesn't deserve this at all. I agree. I like Bambi. I mean, I don't know her, obviously. Like, I only know her through, like, content creation and, like, chatting online or whatever, like, in comments, um, and in chats, but I like Bambi because I think Bambi is a breath of fresh air. A lot of the smaller commentary channels that are coming up, I'm a small commentary channel, but a lot of these small commentary channels have only been around for like a year. I've been here a while, and they pump out content, and it's good content, and they're not following the same narratives that everybody like. They have different opinions. There's a lot of really good female non-binary commentary content channels that are coming up that I really have been liking a lot. I wish some of them would stay out of drama, but some people are into that thing. I'm not saying Bambi's in drama. I have no idea if she's in any drama or not because I don't keep up with that. But I have seen some of the smaller channels like getting into it with one another. But again, that's gonna happen too. But yeah, she does not deserve that. Yeah, Dean Koontz is another good one. It was so boring. I was so disappointed. I remember being a kid and saving up my money to order, like, not order, to go buy that book. And I couldn't go get it, so I had sent my mom to go get it. And it was a script. I was like, I already watched the movie. I wanted to read the book. Yeah, I don't like drama either. Like, I like to talk about it, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to be involved in it. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. She must have, I don't know. I feel like with Hello Leash, at least from what I've observed, because like I've said many a times, because people have been talking to me and trying to like bring my awareness to her problematic behavior since like before she even like started getting big. People would come into my chat and be like, hey, you need to watch out for this girl, blah, 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 blah. And I would always say, like, I don't know who that is, or I haven't watched the content, or when I did find out who it is, I just never really jived with her content. Like, I'm just going to be 100%. I've said that the whole time. Something off. I don't know why. Her and I have a lot of similarities. Maybe that's why, like, we're both in recovery, both like fashion, but there was just little things I just didn't like. And that's okay. I still subscribed. But it just seems like a lot of echo chamber stuff. I didn't really like, there was a few streams I went in there where she had started to stream. It was replays. And she's like getting mad at her audience. And I mean, I don't know her personality that well either, so she could have been kidding. But she's getting mad at her audience about saying hello to one another before saying hello to her. Man, I love when y'all are saying hello to each other and you y'all are like seeing familiar people and everything like that. That's cool. Just like when I go into people's chat like streams and I see people that, I see familiar people, or I see people that are in my chat or whatever. That's cool. I love that. So, I don't know, there's just something always off with me about her. But I'm telling you, like for months, I've been sent stuff about her. She's the next creep show art. That's what everyone's saying. She's the next creep show art. And I'm like, nah, nah. Like just because I don't like her content, or it's not even that I don't like it. It's not even bad. Sometimes you just don't vibe, right? I was like, nah, nah, nah. But like, I don't know. Like, I really expected, and I like Petty Page a lot, and Petty Page vouches for Hello Leash. She talks very highly of her. So I don't know. I think that Hello Leash has the potential to be a very, very, very good content creator. And I think she speaks about a lot of very important things and brings awareness to a lot of important things. But a lot of this like echo chamber shit and like um attacking smaller creators, attacking, Gabby Hanna, some things she said about the autism community, and it's very, very, very bizarre. Very bizarre. Um I'm not autistic, but it does hit a nerve for me when people use that as an excuse to have an autistic crush on people, and like it's just weird. I don't know. But much like anybody else, if somebody is not who they say they are, or they do a lot of things that are problematic, it will come to light eventually. Like when she made her apology video, because I'm subscribed, so I saw her video saying like apologize, whatever. When I clicked on that video, I had no idea about the rapping stuff that happened where she had said the that word. I had no idea about that. When I clicked on that video, I thought it was going to be her apologizing for the Discord chats and the group chats and her audience attacking other people in the audience. I thought it was going to be her apologizing to Erica, I think her name is. I mean, there was so many other things I thought she was going to be apologizing for. I didn't know that even happened. So it just seems like, yeah, I feel like that's what we needed in the commentary community too. Like I have been saying that for a while, is we need people that aren't just saying the same things, right? Um and that's what it was getting to be. All of the T channels were saying the same things with the same opinions. All of the commentary channels, or the pedo hunters as I call them, were saying the same things. There's only so many videos you can make about Eugene Yakuni. There's only so many videos that you can make about Jeffree Star, right? So we needed different. And I feel like a lot of these women are out here, wah, 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 not being afraid to give their opinions, even if they're not what everybody wants to hear. Yeah, I'm glad you did, Wendigo. I was going to ask if you did. I think it's good that you did, though. Yeah, exactly, Nat. Like that's what I love doing, live streams. And I didn't live stream for years because one, I could only do it by my phone, and you had to have 1,000 subscribers to do it by your phone. And two, I have a really bad stutter when I'm very nervous, when I read out loud, and just sometimes it just comes up, like when I'm tired, when I'm really passionate about something. So I was very insecure about my stutter. And if you look back at some of my first streams that I did, oh, I stuttered so much through them. I'm gonna start stuttering now that I'm talking about it, of course. But Now it's a lot easier for me. I try not to read comments out loud anymore because that can trigger it, but I love live streaming. I'm so glad that I got over that fear and started doing it because I feel like it really helps to connect with your audience. It's really good to get like other people's perspectives on things. It's a good way to just like hang out. Like I love live streaming. That sounds like a good plan, Nat. I love that. Thank you, Nat. I know I was going to get off like an hour ago. I probably should though, because I need to like, yeah, we have a really good community. I feel very blessed to have the community that I have. I love that everyone here has their own opinion. The community I have doesn't tell me what I want to hear. I've had y'all call me out, I don't know how many times, saying, no, that's not right, or no, don't say this way, or hey, have you thought of this situation this way instead of that way? And I love that. Having a bunch of blind supporters is so dangerous, in my opinion. I don't ever want somebody taking what I'm saying as the end all be all. Ever. Ever. Always have your own thoughts and your own opinions on things. Always. I like commentary channels. I like commentary channels that I almost never agree with because I like to hear different perspectives on things. I don't know how many people I follow that I don't agree with a lot of shit they say. Um, and most of the time, what conclusion they come to about a situation or whatever, I'm like, huh? But I just like the conversation itself. I like to hear, their opinions on things. Do I watch people that, have similar opinions as me too? Absolutely. But it's good to have a little bit of variety about it. And it's good to encourage that conversation. It is good to have different opinions from other people as well, to have critical thinking. It's so important instead of just blindly following everything. That is how so many people are having their names smeared through the mud because you have a popular creator who is calling someone a P word because of, like, look at Keemstar, for instance. I don't like Keemstar. I find him highly entertaining, but I don't like his moves that he makes, his personality, really. He's entertaining, don't get me wrong, but he's not someone I would trust in real life, right? But, like, he was dating that 20-year-old. She's a legal adult. People literally were saying that he was with a child. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's dangerous. We should not be doing that. But I could go on a whole tangent about that. Yeah, when to go. And I would never want anyone that supports me and my platform out there harassing somebody else. Even if that somebody doesn't like me or that somebody is calling me all the names in the world. I mean, I know I can't control anybody. Like, they're going to do what they want, but like, I would never want to see that. Ever. No reason for it. No reason to be. I'm not that way. When I discuss things, I'm not cruel. Even though I will say one of the videos that I filmed, which I don't even know if I'm going to post it now. I'm still going to post it. I got a little cruel. I'm not going to lie. But like, when I say cruel, it's like not cruel. I mean, it's cruel for me. We'll just say that. It's so dangerous. So dangerous to do that. Yeah, it has, Nat. I agree with that. But it is. It's so dangerous to do that. But like, that's what a lot of I don't know why, but it seems like that's what a lot of creators want is like people that are going to be like I thought the whole point of commentary was the discussion. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but that's what I thought the whole point of commentary was the discussion, to get people thinking, to hear other people's opinions, to voice your opinions. And there's no reason to get into arguments about it. Like, you can get into a healthy debate about it, but you don't have to be mean or rude, crude, and totally disrespectful about it either. There's no reason for it. Absolutely none. I don't understand it. Maybe it's because I'm older. I don't know. I mean, I'm 31, but like, a lot of these people start in their like late teens, early 20s trying to do this YouTube thing and social media thing. I would never want that. Like, when you put yourself on the internet, especially as a commentary channel, that people are probably going to eventually end up making videos about you at some point, unhappy with something that you did. Some people choose not to watch those videos about themselves. Some people do choose to watch them. My hope would be that if I was doing something wrong, my own audience would call me the fuck out and be like, listen, this is not okay. And as a creator who has formed that community, you would think your community talking to you about whatever, holding you accountable, would mean more than any drama video made about you. I don't know. Oh no. Mermaid, I hope your puppy's okay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get off too. Let me know how the puppy is doing. I need to get off of here because my throat is killing me. And I could keep talking. Y'all know this. I'm sorry, Nat. I know you came like late into the stream. Maybe I'll get some editing done. I'm probably like not gonna sleep tonight. And hopefully my kids are good for me in the morning. Hopefully they sleep in a little late. Get up at like 9 or 10. Okay, awesome. I might go live tomorrow night, depending on, well, now it'd be tonight, depending on how my boyfriend's doing. But I go live a lot. So I go live at least twice a week usually. Sometimes more, but I wish I could taste my coffee. Good night. Thank you so much, Nat, for hanging out. And anybody who's still left here, Wendigo, I don't know if you're still here, but I hope you have a good night, and I will talk to you soon, my sweet pea. And anybody... Oh, okay, Mermaid. Whew. Well, I'm glad that she'll be okay. Yeah, it is easier said than done, but I will definitely keep y'all updated, even if I just post something on the community tab or whatever. But like I was saying before, I have been doing real-time updates on my TikTok, which is just Tarrah_Christine. And yeah, so I will see y'all maybe tomorrow night. We'll see. We'll see maybe if I can get some content edited. But all right, I will see y'all later. Thank you so much for being here, my jelly beans.